The primary muscle of respiration is the diaphragm. The diaphragm. But we have other accessory muscles, which are the intercostal muscles, both the external and internal intercostal muscles. The scalene muscles, sternocleidomastoid muscle, and what? The pectoralis major muscle. And there are muscles that are classified under abdominal muscles, which are the rectus abdominis, the transverse abdominis, and the external and internal oblique muscles. All right? These muscles of respiration are classified into two subtypes. The first one here are the muscles of inspiration. Muscles of inspiration. And under the muscles of inspiration, we have the primary muscles of inspiration, which are the diaphragm and the external intercostal muscle. We also have accessory muscles of inspiration, which are the sternocleidomastoid muscle, scalene muscles, serratus anterior muscle, and then we have the pectoralis major and the pectoralis minor muscle, as well as the laryngeal muscle. All right? Going forward. The muscles of expiration. Muscles of expiration include 1. The internal intercostal muscle. Whether you call it the innermost or the outermost intercostal muscle. We have the internal intercostal muscles. We have the subcostal muscles. We have the transversus thoracic muscle. And then under the abdominal muscles of expiration, we have the external oblique muscle, the internal oblique muscle, the transverse abdominis muscle, and the rectus abdominis muscle. The external intercostal muscles are those ones that covers the exterior part of the intercostal spaces. How many ribs do we have in humans? 12. Good. 12. So between the 12 ribs, there are spaces. All right? And those spaces are covered by internal and external intercostal muscles. In fact, those spaces are known as intercostal spaces. So the external intercostal muscles are those ones lying outside the intercostal spaces of the rib cage. So if you look at this diagram, which one is external and which one is internal? You have the one colored in white and the one colored in purple. External is which one? Red. Okay, red and yellow on your slide. Okay, it is white and purple on my own slide. All right. So you can easily identify the external and the internal intercostal muscle. But let's move into something more serious, so that we can now begin to talk about the respiratory mechanics proper. But before we talk about that, we have to look at the layers of the lungs. Layers of the lungs. The human lungs is bounded or covered by two main layers. The first one is known as the parietal pleura or parietal layer, and the second one is known as the visceral pleural or the visceral what? Layer. The parietal pleural is the outer layer of the lungs. So it is the outer covering of the human lungs. Whereas the visceral pleural is the innermost layer that covers the lungs. So over here you could see this here, which is the parietal pleural covering the outermost part of the lungs. And then you have the visceral pleural, which covers the innermost layer or innermost part of the lungs. Between the parietal pleural and visceral pleural is a space. Between the parietal pleural and the visceral pleural is a space or a cavity known as the pleural cavity. So, what we are having here is a space, this region here, that is between the visceral pleural excuse me so this layer is between, the cavity is between the pleural and the visceral, the parietal pleural and the visceral pleural. And that cavity is known as what? Pleural cavity. Good. Subheading: respiratory pressures. Respiratory pressure. In humans, there are several respiratory pressures, which include number 1, atmospheric pressure. Atmospheric pressure is also known as the barometric pressure. Number 2 is the intrapulmonary pressure. Some authorities call this pressure the alveolar pressure. Number 3 is the intrapleural pressure. Number 4